happening? Thanks for sharing it out. What's happening? Good morning, everybody. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Thanks, J Dog. We'll wait for a couple people to pop in and we'll go check out the garden and everything. Just need to know if you guys hear me all right. Is there anybody out there? Wonder if we're not live again. Are we live? Oh, thank you, J Dog. I had to go inside to check because I can't tell unless I pull it up. We'll see if we get a couple more people here. How you doing, man? All right, just checking my stream here. Yay. Hey. Odds in the house. Odds, one of the many that were helping me yesterday pick up characters. Boy, I probably worked 10 hours at least, if not more. Big shout out to Chippy, who for some reason has a way to get people from the old community creations into new. So that's really helped us out with creations. I got about 50 people downloaded already. But now it's going through and edit them and getting everything all ready. Mostly good though, Odd. You'd be happy to hear that I'm pleasantly pleased with Creation Suite so far. It's the first I've delved into it. I made a couple arenas before. Ooh, we got a cardinal. He just took off. You may have got a quick glance of that cardinal. Cardinals and the Blue Jays are the craziest looking ones we get out here. Yeah, we got a couple people now. Yeah, we're up to 6. Say hi in the chat. I was wondering if the ranking stuff was going to work on the vertical lives. Yeah, I did a lot of work on 25 yesterday, and I'm suffering from the sciatic pain a lot, so not a lot of garden work. But it's been really rainy. See Chippy, he might be over here somewhere, but we'll talk about all the critters here in a second too. Who else is here? Pop in the chat. Now we got 11. Say what's up. Joey. LD's in the house. What's up? It's cool, these community leaderboard thing. I guess we got them here too. J-Dog, Joey, LD. Well, those are the 4 people that are here, so yeah, they're on the leaderboard. But we're going to check out the garden. We're going to find out what's going on. Thanks, James. Welcome in, my friend. I am from southwestern Pennsylvania. We got, well, there goes that cardinal. If you're new to the channel, it's these vertical lives normally bring in some new people. This channel does a lot of sports, some gaming, and I'm pretty sure I'm the only streamer on YouTube that does wrestling, gaming, and gardening. What's up, Wally? Yeah, I mean, like Odds is saying, the stuff that's changed on the creation, it's a lot faster. Well, I'm going from PlayStation 4 to 5 too, so the first time I'm using a 5, so it's a lot faster for me. And a couple things I don't like, but I don't like to blow on that. The fact that you can't use the ring attire for the image to show, stuff like that. Or man, what's happening, bro? Yeah, we're cooking. They're always cooking, James. I know what you meant, but you're just trolling. But it's all good. I can deal with trash talk. We deal with it all the time. Then I talk about six rings and get people all up in arms, and they say you're talking about the past, and I'm like, well, everything's the past, and we go back and forth. It's all in fun. I'm not one of them Steelers going to the Super Bowl type of people. I'm a realist. I know there's probably going to be a transition period here for a while for that team, but that's neither here nor there. We talk a lot about that um, closer to the season, and I do red zone coverage. So I'll do play-by-play with red zone whenever the season comes around. Ravens. I don't think you want to look at the history of the wins and losses versus the Ravens, but I love the Ravens. I'm a big fan of Lamar Jackson. My Ravens buddy lives in Baltimore. I always joke with him. I was like, "Why don't you trade us Lamar Jackson?" I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Lamar. What's up, Mord? Appreciate it. Jeff, you need to get your character up. You got your character up on 25 yet? Yeah, recently. I mean, you guys have a quarterback. The Steelers are still trying to figure it out. So that's you guys are still the Browns. If you're a Ravens fan, it sounds like you are, which is cool. Like I said, I'm a big Lamar Jackson fan. We talk more about football end of the summer, but I am part of the Hardcore Sports Network. We do a lot of football stuff over there, and we got people from the Dolphins. We got mostly Eagles people there, and oh, Lions, cool man. You guys know what suffering in football is all about. I got a lot of friends that are in the Detroit area. I used to live in Fort Wayne, Indiana, so it's good to see teams like them. Not the Browns, but the uh, let's see if we got turkeys and deer that come out here sometimes. We'll check to see if we got some of that. We're gonna check the wildlife out here today and roam around the garden. Yeah, Mord's the Bills guy. Josh Allen, I'm a Josh Allen fan too. I love him too. Yeah, if you're not 100 overall, Jeff. Yeah, they got. Speaking about figuring out their quarterback, every year the Browns are solid in the draft, and then everyone says Browns are going to win a division, and they Brown. They got their own issues. But more so now, we're talking about basketball. I'm a Pacer fan, a Sixer fan. I lived in Indiana for a while, so I kind of like the Pacers for a little bit. I saw in Detroit and Indianapolis. I saw Pacers versus Pistons a few times. They sold in their draft. They're sellouts. That's why. I gotta hate the Browns. Everything Cleveland. That's why I was critical of the Cavaliers all year. It's only because in basketball you got to prove it. So if you're good all season, the Thunder proved it. The Cavs didn't. They need a little more. Yeah, when you pick two quarterbacks and you're forced to pick another quarterback, their draft is pretty. They always draft like crap. I love when the Browns suck, but I'm pumped about Pacers and Thunder in the finals. I think that's going to be really fun, really fun um, NBA finals. But we're going to get to the garden here in a little bit. I have an herb garden, a grapevine, and vegetable garden and stuff like that. It could be Thunder in five, yeah. Thunder look really good. Pacers are going to really have to have a lot of help off the bench if they're going to beat the Thunder. We do a pick and roll podcast on the Hardcore Sports Network. I don't know if any hardcore sports people are here. If you look up Hardcore Sports Network here on YouTube, and I do it here on this channel too, so subscribe if you're new. We do the pick and roll podcast every Thursday. So we'll be talking about definitely the finals on Thursday. Here comes. There he is. No, that's just a. That's where all the birds love to sit right there. What you doing, buddy? What you doing, buddy? That's where the blue jay sits all the time. What you doing, buddy? He's looking for worms. We're gonna check out the garden here in a second. Jesse, that's what I was waiting for. Now the party can start. Jesse Jackhammer's here. Shout out to you. So we're gonna go around and show you what I'm growing out here, and the thumbnail shows I am living in a city, but with the woods you'll see behind us, we get deer. There's a bear. There's a bear back there somewhere. We get turkeys. chipmunks, squirrels, groundhogs, the whole nine. Let's try to creep up on the groundhogs. There's groundhogs. There's a family of groundhogs live underneath here. We're going to talk more about the WWE 2K25 game tomorrow when I create Blaise on air. Then we'll see odds how good it is if it crashes during creations. I don't want to jinx it, but I downloaded 45 different people, edited the crap out of a bunch of them, uploaded a couple hundred images, and no crashes. But while I was working on my PlayStation 4 as a reference, it crashed. So we got a lot of wildlife out here, and I have to protect the garden from that too. So I actually have those pellets I drop around the garden to keep the critters away. We got a lot to talk about. I like just shooting the shit on these. When I do my play-by-play, whether it's basketball, football, or wrestling, I like to just chill on these streams and chit chat with you guys. So we're gonna take a look at. We have Chippy, the little chipmunk that lives over here. He's been flying around. He's got a hole over there now too. Squirrels are always here because it is big son of a bitchin' tree. When every time the wind blows, I got to pick up shit everywhere. But the grapevine's coming along okay, and we got the raised garden beds working really good. So we'll see, we'll check that too. And so is the mint. You guys wanted me to grow mint. You guys wanted me to grow mint, so I have peppermint and mojito mint over there. We'll check that out too. But I've been dealing with a lot of sciatic pain and back pain. I'm seeing a new chiropractor and trying to get it worked out, but you got to have pain before you get better when you get realigned. So I've been suffering from that a little bit. And it's tough because when it hurts the most is when I'm sitting. And, well, for what I do, I sit all day long. So I got to get used to it, which is right now I'm sitting and I need to stand up. We're going to go walk around the garden, walk around the whole backyard, that is, and check out everything and see what's going on. We got a little rhubarb growing. The herbs are doing well. Um, some of the flowers aren't doing that great. We'll see how it is. We'll see how it is. So let's. Yes, I've been trying to exercise a little more, ride the bike. I mean, some people say I don't look it, but I am 51 years old, so I've been around the block. And I'm a hooper. Used to love the hoop. Got my basketball hoop here. It's old and decrepit, but still works. Matt Storm, what's up, brother? Just in time. We did a little pre-talk. Now we're going to walk around and take a look at how everything's doing, and then come back and chit-chat a little bit here. What's happening? Ooh, a lot of 2K25 stuff. I probably spent 12 hours yesterday on that game. But it's the fun stuff. I haven't even started creating my guys, but I'll start creating tomorrow and tonight. But let's flip the camera. We'll take a look at what how everything's doing out here, and come back and chit chat a little more. Yeah, 45. I got 45 characters downloaded already, Storm. Plus, what I told you guys in a little bit ago. Big shout out to Triple Beat, who has a way to get people from the old community creations into the new ones. So that's helping out tremendously. So Chippy doesn't come out, but he lives in this wall over here. So he lives in there, right down in there. He goes, "Where you at, Chippy the chipmunk?" He's got probably a whole little world in there. But he skippers and scampers around the backyard, buries stuff underneath there. But the chipmunk doesn't harm anything. I'm more worried about these groundhogs. Let's try to sneak up on the groundhogs. All four of them were out when I came out here a little bit ago. Oh, there's one. See him? Just eating away. Like not a care in the world. That's the one I think he's probably gonna run into the woods. It's hard to hold the camera oh, there he goes. See, they don't piss around. As soon as they hear you, they're out of here. Yeah, they're all out. So here's where they are. They were out here earlier. There was 4 little heads poking out right there earlier. Well, for those that don't know, I take care of my neighbor's yard too. The grass does need cut soon because all the rain. Oh, there he is. Go back in there. You see him? They actually finally fixed the sewage from coming up in the damn neighbor's yard. I ripped out all this stuff for them. I need to rip down those. I should just spray those. I could probably get some of that vines to die. There's a cat that hangs out over here too, but they fixed this finally. Thank goodness. Ripped their yard up real good though in the process. That little groundhog down there. There's the cat. You see the white cat on that. What's up, B? We were just talking about you. Damn, it's early where you are probably, huh? This is where I feed the little cat that's on the thumbnail. Right bandsaw in it. Triple B, we were just talking about the help you gave me. Turmoil is another one now that can be transferred over from the old gen. I really appreciate it, B. You are the man. Where'd that groundhog go? As long as the groundhogs don't harm my plants and stuff, I don't give a damn. There's actually ones that live in my underneath my neighbor's garden shed too. Actually, let's go check out. No, she's home. I was going to check out the neighbor's garden. She just planted. They're rebuilding their pool too. She just planted in her garden. She always lets me have whatever they grow, and their garden's phenomenal. Oh, there's the kitty. The critters are being kind today. There is the outside cat that I feed. She's just chilling over there. See the thumbnail with all the critters, and they're being kind, so they're coming out. It'd be real nice if his cat would let me get close to it. I ain't gonna hurt the damn thing. I feed it all the time. Watch, that thing's gonna take off as soon as I start walking towards it, I'm sure. Kitty. Hi, buddy. Probably wants me to feed her. She'll show up over by that bowl. There she goes. See you later. Take off, eh? Look at her looking back like, you got food? Did you bring that bowl of food? Where's that little thing with all the food in it? Come here. Yeah, right. Oh, there's the other groundhog. All the critters are out tonight. There's a groundhog in their yard. Now let's see where it runs. Oh, you're at work. That one's over there eating. Let's zoom out a little bit. I'm not good with the zoom. I bet you it runs to the shed. What you doing, groundhog? Oh, that's the hurt one. That's the one that has a bad leg. Look, this is the one I saw in the woods the other day. He might go for that drain. Oh, there's a drain over there. Watch him disappear into the drain. There you going. Find the drain hole. And there he goes. Or she, I don't know. Down into the hole. Look at that. These things are crazy. Look, just crawled right down into that. You guys want to look in there? Ah! Did that scare you? It goes down in there, man. Yeah, that's where he's hiding. Yeah, here's my neighbor's garden. It'll blow mine away. They got peppers planted, banana peppers. They got lettuce planted. She said she didn't want a lot of plants, but her son put a bunch of plants in. Tomatoes. This is phenomenal. I should have had him build me. Look at that. Gate over there, lights on it and everything. They do very well with these cucumbers. And this is zucchini. I always come over and grab some zucchini. So we'll see how their garden does. I'll eat it. That's where the groundhogs live over here, see? With their little tunnel. As long as they don't mess with the garden. I'm waiting for the dog to come after me. He always comes to say hi. Sheep. Such a cool little pad he designed here. That was nothing but grass a couple years ago. Well, probably 6 years ago by now. Yeah, Matt. Yeah, that's a good one, Matt. That's exactly what he did. He pulled a Mario and escaped through the warp hole. I need that sound effect from my soundboard now. So we got the woods back here. I trimmed some of this shit. I'm worried about poison ivy. I know leaves of 3, leave it be, all that shit. But I still, just there's wind blowing right now. If there's poison ivy out here, I'm gonna catch that poison ivy because of the wind. It's ridiculous. I have a very low immune system for just about everything. But isn't this awesome? Like, I can show you out front. What did the judge say to the dentist? Do you swear to pull the tooth? The whole tooth and nothing but the tooth. It's nice and chill out today, man. It's about 65 degrees. Tiny breeze every once in a while. It's nice overcast, so it's not too sunny to overheat the damn phone. That was a good dad joke. All right. We did our tour like we always do. We saw some critters. We saw a couple birds, groundhogs, kitty cat. That cat's going to show up over here in just a few minutes looking for food because I feed it. Thanks, man. I do a lot of work. I mean, with my issues with my back and stuff, it's tougher to take care of the yard, but I'm glad I did all this work years ago. Grapevine's coming along pretty good. Still training it to grow this way. And once again, rookie season, rookie gardener. I make allspice to use instead of sugar and salt. Try to stay healthy as you get older. Most of it's doing good. I don't really have to mess with the, but you can see they're getting to, bugs are getting to the leaves and stuff. I do spray it with 7 to try to keep it. These aren't getting long enough yet to put up top. But eventually, as those get big, I'll get it. Poison ivy in your arms. I hate that shit. Technu, bro. Technu. Go to Amazon. TECHNU or TECNU. You can get the oil. You can shower in the oil. It dries it out. That is stuff is, there's like scrub. You can scrub. That stuff will dry you out. You can't cure poison ivy or stop it. But what you can do is dry it out and make it heal faster. Technu is a savior. I put it on my body before I go back out there. Put it on your arms and stomach, wherever you get poison ivy. And if you already have it, that oil will dry you out a lot faster than just waiting. So Technu, TECHNU, I believe, or TEC. That is the best stuff. There's a spray too that'll help with the pain. So the itching and the pain, you can spray it on, it helps. But the oil itself, you shower in it, you wash your clothes in it to get it all out. It's phenomenal. I've used it for years. What's up, Patty? So if you have a problem, my dad had poison ivy right now, and I saw him yesterday, and he was like, dude, Technu, that stuff saved me. I said, I told you. So yeah, go to Amazon, look up Technu. It's definitely the best stuff for poison. Like I said, you can't cure it, you can't prevent it. Actually, you can partially prevent it with the oil if you put it on before, but once you get it, you're screwed. But that helps a lot. You can see the damage done to my fire pit. I didn't realize I was going to do this much damage. You can see some of the cracks in the stones. I'm going to have to redo this a little bit, dig a little deeper into the ground. It's not really in the ground, it's more like an above ground. But a lot of the wood from the deck that I tore apart ended up here getting burnt. Let's go to the herb garden. Hey, if you're watching a replay, leave me a comment. Appreciate it. Now, these are doing good. Look at these. I was told they would climb and they would bloom throughout the summer, and that's what we're getting so far. That is naturally climbing. We got a couple parts that are coming out that I'll end up, once they get long enough, I'll reach them up, and look what they do. They just climb around and they're going to vine up and hopefully cover this whole trellis eventually. No blooms yet on these, but they're starting to. Look, there's some blooms starting. My hydrangeas are back to life. I thought this one was dead. I see my parents have them and they look dead, but come back. Marigolds, look, this marigold. Once they do this, you just pop the top off and then it'll start to grow the new ones. Same thing here. This one's kind of wilty. Ooh, I pulled the whole plant out. Pop the top off and let it feed the other blooms. The basil, I don't know what's going on with some of this basil. We'll pull off the ones that are kind of wilty. But it's different. Like this one doesn't look that great, but then these ones look fantastic. Then that one's getting eaten. That is the reason I plant so much basil. People are always like, well, you got so many basil plants. It's like survival of the fittest with the basil. And then our lemon thyme is starting to grow. This will end up bushing out real big. And this stuff just smells phenomenal. And I've already dried out my oregano, the first harvest. But the oregano's doing good. I have oregano oil in the basement. I'm going to take it through cheesecloth. And then they say just add some oregano oil to your tea or something. And it is anti-inflammatory. It's everything. Just look up oregano oil, man. It's super healthy. So I've had like a super medicinal plant right here in my backyard for 10 years. Finally using it a little more than just putting it in spaghetti sauce. The tree house is still there, just an aesthetic. There was that big hole there, and I'm like, what can I put there? How about a tree house? Same thing over here. They're doing well. See that climbing up. Thunberg, yeah. They said it was like black-eyed Susans, but climbing. And look at that sucker just grab on and start to climb. That one's doing pretty well, too. And I was afraid once the blooms were gone, it wouldn't bloom more. It's blooming like every day. This is doing good. We got a couple little blooms starting. And this has been a success. Shout out to you guys for suggesting this. Now, I have to figure out how to maintain it because I probably should have put it in 2 different pots. But we're just going to have a shitload of mint in here. This used to be rosemary, but I never hardly ever used the rosemary. So you guys said try mint. And it smells phenomenal. So you can smell it. It's starting to re-root and grow more. So this is going to turn into a huge peppermint bush here. It's doing pretty good. I don't have any, doesn't look, see this is to deter bugs and stuff too. And look how none of the leaves are messed with. Like most of the leaves are almost perfect. So we'll see how much this grows. And if anything, I'll get rid of the mojito mint one. But it smells great. Like I can smell peppermint right now. Very strong scent of peppermint. And I'm all stuffed up. Same thing over here, man. Some of these basil plants aren't doing too good. But I do have 4 basil plants up here. It's another backup plan, or if I want fresh basil on something while I'm grilling. Ooh, birds got that. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 basil plants here. And I'll stick them out there when it rains. It's been raining like crazy. So they're doing pretty good. Pick some fresh basil, put it on the grill when I'm making a steak or something. Why not? It's like the perfect weather for a stream right now. Not too hot, not too... I'm going to sit in the shade for a minute just to make sure the phone doesn't overheat. We're going to take a peek into the garden here. All right, so this is where we're going to explore the actual veggie and fruit garden. Over here, blackberry bush and blueberry bush doing okay. They're never going to be humongous like they should be because things don't grow well in this ground back here. It's very like clay. And then you see the flowers? Like we got 1, 2 doing well and 2 doing not so well. On our sage bush right there, keeping the demons away. Shout out to everybody in the chat. If you're new, pop in the chat. I'll give you a shout out. We're checking out the garden right now. We checked out the yard. We saw some critters. Groundhogs normally aren't out when I'm out, but they were today. We got to see 2 of them. But we're going to go inside the actual garden here in a minute. And look at how the plants are growing. You'll notice like this little area and this area, there used to be onions. I pulled all the onions out, cut up the green parts that were good and dried them out and crushed them up for onion powder. That goes into my allspice. I wish I could grow garlic. I mean, if that planter bed works good enough, I'll probably buy a second one for here and have 2 planter beds. Probably going to be the game plan. If that works, and have 2 of them. That one, there was ones for 50, 60 bucks. That one was 100, but it was sturdier and higher because I wanted height. I didn't want to only have like a foot, like crush your head. I didn't want to have just like a foot. I wanted to have at least 6 or 7 inches for the other garbage underneath, because you put compost and manure, sticks, grass, leaves, anything that will naturally break down. And you're putting a barrier, separating the ground from the planter. And now the planter, over 12 inches of dirt. So it's away from the ground here. And the ground's very, very hard and clay-like. So, but the good news is these plants are doing pretty good. I don't want to jinx myself. But so far, you'll see the difference between these plants and what we saw out there. Look at this basil plant, for instance. It has a little bit of shit on it, but it's looking a lot better. I also dry out the basil for my... Same thing with the marigold. One is kind of going, but look at all the buds already. I have banana pepper buds already starting at the top. We have green pepper. Last year I had 0 green peppers from 4 plants. We already have signs of plenty of fruit coming from the green pepper plants. So that's good news, man. Same thing with the tomatoes. They are doing really good. We're going to start fixing these. It's almost time to start getting rid of some of the lower leaves. We're going to train these to grow up through there. Same thing over here. And I'll probably start trimming the lower leaves. That will make a stronger main stem. Like this one can go. Most of those can go. Actually, I should go into the shed and grab that stuff. Yeah, all the Onions are gone. Onions are gone. This area, I didn't know what to do with this area, so I just planted flowers, and look, they're not even growing that good. And I dug huge holes and made sure. Same thing with this. Look, it's like the evolution of the marigold. Dead. Dead, but with a bud. Dead, but with one bud. Dead with a couple buds. Not so dead, not so dead. Better, better, and then worse again. Back here, you can see bugs are getting to the. I have an ant trap there, but this cabbage, bugs are already getting to it. The only way we'll get a cabbage is once it starts to form the head of the cabbage, then, you know, less likely to get the bugs in there. Same thing over here. They're not doing too good. You guys wanted me to try cabbage. Birds are shitting all over this. These are blackberry. We got these. Oh, look, our first tomato. Looky, looky. There's our first tomato. And these are cherry tomatoes, so they're smaller. And a lot of times they'll say when you see a group like this, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 10 tomatoes, you'll clip it in the middle and it'll make these ones grow better. But these are just small tomatoes, so we'll see how they go. And I've already pruned the bottom to have a stronger stem and grow up taller here. And this sucker will eventually, there we go, that's going to be a little more sturdy. And I'll probably tie it off so it does better. But yeah, these are little small sun gold tomatoes. And look at this rhubarb. Rhubarb's doing good. We got another shoot that came out. This is a brand new one. And we got another one starting there. And the trick to I got to look more into when to harvest these. I've already been looking into how to cook them. But I got to look into harvesting them when. Because right now, cherry tomatoes are the best tomatoes in my opinion. Yeah, the little one. Well, when you get the full-blown big-ass tomatoes, you got all that jelly bullshit and seeds and stuff. Like, there's a lot of lower stuff I need on these. And then see, these need to come up and grow this way. So we'll fix these tomato plants. This one's a little bit behind in growth. But, you know, like I said, trimming the bottom might help. So we're going to do that. We're going to go grab the little shears and, oh, well, well, well. What is this? I wonder if that's Chippy. Or maybe just, I don't know. That was definitely a hole. Now these, look, something's getting to them. See, we got stuff getting to these. And I have ant traps out, so could be moths. I saw slugs over here because of the water. But they're starting to bulb up. We only got a couple of these. Kohlrabi. But you can see the little buds already of the peppers. Peppers, I didn't put a cage or anything on them. But you see a lot of growth, but I need to trim so it grows more up than out. And that the stem gets stronger. And I'm not an expert. I'm learning from freaking YouTube videos and stuff. Still got another year with these apparently before we're gonna get actual asparagus. This is an asparagus plant. These two are, you know, so eventually we're supposed to get just spears of asparagus popping up, and it ain't happening. We'll see. So let's go get the shears and do a little bit of work on these tomatoes while we're live. Hope everyone's doing good. We got a cat. Yep. It's a beautiful day, man. So hopefully the rain and the cold weather here in southwestern Pennsylvania, when it goes between 30 and 40 degrees in 1 or 2 days, Really can get sick. I'm all stuffed up anyway. There's where I found the snake. For those who knew about the snake. So let's get our little shears, our scissors. Scissor me. We'll fix some of these. Some of these tomatoes need some work, so I think I can hold the camera with one arm and trim some tomatoes. Show you what I'm talking about. Do we have a cat? Normally Parker's over here. Hi, Parker. Nope, no kitty. They're probably chilling upstairs. All right, let's go trim some of these maters. Hopefully we can get some actual tomatoes this year. I think 2 of them are regular tomato plants and the other 4 are yellow tomatoes. Less acidic tomatoes. So we are going to clip all these lower branches that are at the very base. Actually, I'm going to take this one too. So you see, I'm going to get them all. Get them going. Look how thick the, talking about girth, pause. Take this one out. And actually going to take this one. Those suckers, these right in the middle here need to go anyway. And I'll clean up all the clippings later. Oh, there's one under. Get rid of that. There we go. So we want to encourage upper growth. We want to encourage, I think I'm actually going to clip these 2. There we go. So this is going to free up a lot more growth, hopefully. With these tomatoes, we've had a lot of bad luck the last couple years because we were growing in the ground that, I don't know, I'm sure the pH was bad and the clay in the ground doesn't help. But just watching videos, I mean, knowing how to grow some food ain't a bad idea. Who knows when the end of the world's coming? You want to be ready for it? Be able to cook your own, grow your own food? I'm going to trim some of these too. As far as these pepper plants, I've already cut some of the lower stems. We'll get a little more of these to encourage the growth to go to the maters. We're going to do the same with this. Get these lower branches that are growing off. Get them out of here. Suckers that are trying to have side growth, we want to encourage vertical growth. So we're going to take all these bottom ones off. So we're good on this side. Anybody new popping in? How you doing? How you doing? Some nice basil on this one. And we're going to get these lower leaves out. If I'm doing anything wrong, if your grandma told you not to do this, or your mom gardens, or your dad, or your uncle, or your friend, and says, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? You shouldn't do that. Tell me. I learn every day. Doing something wrong, the only way to know is if someone tells me. So we are going to get rid of the lower leaves on those. Much better. Same thing for this big ass tomato. Anything down here goes bye-bye. Actually going to take care of this one too, even though it's, I mean, you're not seeing any blooms on it. So you're okay to cut all the lower stuff out of here. We're going to get rid of this one. And this has some suckers that have grown way too big. We want the growth to be up top. This is a big one here, but it's going to go. It's a huge branch, but there's nothing on it. Plus, you don't want you rather have found. Like I said, I by no means am an expert. Go watch my old videos. You'll see failure after failure after failure. That's the best way to live, man. You learn how to fail, makes you a better winner. Waiting for her dog to come over. Let's do this one too, why not? All right. So that should help some of the growth. Even this guy here is too big. Thanks, Dubs. Yeah, I mean, if you watched last year, you'll see that we weren't getting much success with some of this stuff, especially the tomatoes. So we're trying to get rid of any of the, you know what? This is going to go too. All right, so let's let that sucker grow way up here and see what we get. Let's prune it out, and I'll clean up all the remnants later. But yeah, we're getting pretty good growth. There's another sucker over there that needs to go. I'm gonna trim some of these calarabs too. I never knew about the suckers, these little ones growing in here, to pinch them off. Sometimes you gotta pinch one off. Good to see you, Dubs. Yeah, any tips, tricks? You see me doing something wrong or something I could do better? That's why I do this. That's why I stream. And just to chat with you guys. So we have some stuff to clean up in here now. Let's experiment here. See this guy? We're going to take all his leaves that are affected off. Cut them all. We're going to get to the root of the problem. The whole root and nothing but the root. So these will still grow. We'll grow some new shoots, but as you see, something's been getting to these. Plus the fact I planted them a little closer than they're supposed to be. So any of these damaged leaves I'm going to get rid of and see how it grows back. And we're going to, like I said, we're going to do a test. We're going to take these ones off here, but leave some of the ones over here on. But these ones that are really big, wilted, and get them out of here. This guy's real big. And once again, this is encouraging more growth to the actual plant down in there, which will bulb up. This guy is really damaged. Let's get rid of all this shit. So we'll see how that helps. Hopefully get these the size of a baseball, maybe a softball. But since they're so close, once the leaves get so big, yeah, sometimes the big leaves protect, but they're also stunting some of the growth because the growth is, it's all going to these leaves. So I'll bring a bucket out here and clean this shit up later. Gotta go to my parents' house and help them a little bit. Let's just trim this one all the way off and see what happens. All right. Kind of trimmed the kohlrabi to hopefully help that growth. We got the tomato plants cut a little better, the suckers taken out, and now hopefully we get big bushes of tomatoes up top here. Peppers, we're already seeing peppers growing. That's phenomenal. R-Truth is rehired, huh? Oh boy. That's why I don't go crazy over wrestling news anymore. I don't care for it. I watch wrestling different than a lot of people. Nowadays, everyone wants to predict what's going to happen or what should happen or that should have happened or why they give this guy a title. What happened to believing that it's an entertainment thing and just reacting to what happens? That's what I miss about wrestling. Let's do this here and see what happens. I'm a reactionary person. I like to watch what happens, except that's what happens. Says saying, why'd you do that? Why'd you do this? But where'd you hear that from, Wally? Once again, you get a lot of false information out there. So we're looking good in this. Now here's where I got to watch, because the last week or so it's been really rainy, so I haven't had to water anything. But if it starts to get real dried out, I'll water it a little bit. Spray it again. Try to take care of it, keep it growing in the right directions. I think I got all the little suckers. Here's another one. Sucker. Get out of here, you sucker. Can you dig that? Sucker. There's another one over here that I couldn't get to. Sucker. Yeah, so I got a little cleanup to do, but that's what I thought they'd do right off the bat, odds. They should have just announced. Actually, all they did was announce they were going to release him once his contract comes up, which normally means Legends contract. We'll see. All right, I don't need to really do anything over here. We're hoping the cabbage starts to form. What's this over here? What happened to my bush? I gotta trim my bush. We got deer that fuck with this shit all the time. Yeah, you see what the deer have done to these trees? Rubbing up against them and biting them. Crazy. Yeah, I still enjoy some AEW stuff, Wally. Everyone shits on it mostly, but I still enjoy some of the fights. Some of the dream. There's a Bailey bomb. My neighbor's dog took a shit there. I still enjoy some of the fights. I don't criticize as much. If you guys are all part of my... I know Odds like to claim he's the Mr. Positivity, but I was criticized a lot when we did WrestleSense because all I did was talk about the good stuff. That's why I got sick of doing wrestling podcasts, because all people want is bitch and yell about how things should be and all that crap. That's not me. Yeah, Legends, I mean, you gotta have, I mean, to have him at like pre-shows or post-shows and stuff, R-Truth, that's all people have been saying. Even though he doesn't fight, he's gold when he's, you know, some people were calling that they wanted Ron Killings to come back and be that character. Yeah, he was great as Killings, but dude, R-Truth is a legend as a comedic wrestler. He's funny as shit. You always should have comedy in your shows to some extent, and he's been, I mean, I say Hall of Fame. I say easily Hall of Fame in my opinion, based on how he impacts the business. You don't got to win tons of titles to be Hall of Fame. I really need to clean this up a little more. Just need to rearrange it, but it's not as organized as it was, and his back keeps falling apart. But we did a little maintenance today too. How about it? I normally do that off stream. Oh, focus camera. But we're looking good so far. Doing okay with the garden. Like I said, I had to build much drainage in here because if you look, most of the garden is kind of underground. I've dug out. It's a nice little place to try. It's trial and error. See what works, what doesn't work. It's starting to get hot. National treasure, that's what everyone says, and I love it. I agree 100,000%. Hunt. Oh, look at who we got here. Somebody wants some food. Are you hungry, little girl? Hi, buddy. We've seen her twice now. You'd think after you feed an animal so many times. Look, bye-bye. Let's go get her. Come on, let's go get her. Let me see her run. There she is. Where you going, girl? Hi, buddy. Hurry up, run, 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 run. She gone. Same one, same kitty. She'll show up. Look, watch. Maybe even before the stream, she'll be right here. There's a bowl of food there, and that's where I feed her. I used to feed her when it rains and stuff. I feed her underneath the shed, or when it's really nice outside, I feed her over here. So for a while, she literally would come right over here, just like she was sitting there watching. She would come right here, Blade charge. She would come and sit right here and wait for me to feed her. You missed a kitty, Blade. She'll be back, I'm sure. Blade charge, I'll be creating your dude soon. I'm gonna make him pretty much like 24 because I have a separate TV hooked up with 24, and as I create, I'm gonna look at the screens and copy and then make adjustments from there. So I got you. Plus, anybody in old gen, thanks to good old Triple Beat, we got a way to get them over to new gen. That's crazy. Hopefully it doesn't cause any issues. I mean, I don't see why it would. But that kitty will be over there sooner than later, staring at me. And then when I walk towards her, bye-bye. I'm really happy about this little project. That was a little rut in the ground there, and I planted some grass. I'll show you where else I did. This is where I think I hurt my back even worse. And I was sitting on the grass. Oh, I think I just saw Chippy. I think Chippy just ran underneath there. My cats normally come sit right there and talk to us. Lady Devil, what's up? So I saw Mordrin say he's going to be creating his character soon. LD, is someone creating you? So I'd ripped out, see how these from the old tree. That's what I mean, we go right from the woods to the city. So I ripped this one out and planted grass. So I eventually got to get this root out. And this one. And this one. I planted grass here too, and look at this shit. It's growing like crazy. That's what happens when you get a lot of rain. Easier to grow just about anything. All right. I always like to show this off whenever I can. Literally mountains right there. So I have mountains not too far from where I'm at. Even better if you can see the big cross. It's a couple 100 feet tall on top of the hill. It's really hard to hold it still though. Actually, if you go back my streams, there's a stream about the mountains. We went up there. We saw the waterfalls. There's natural water slides up there. Cucumber Falls, Niagara Falls, Ohio Falls, and the natural spring where we got water. It's a really fun video there. Blade, you know where it is. Blade, you probably know Ohio. Blade Charge, ever go to Ohio? They did some big time renovations on it a couple years ago. Let's see if the ground, when I go away, these groundhogs start to feel safe and they come back out. Nope. Right. Let's get under the shade. Good old mountains. Yeah, the Appalachian Mountains, baby. Appalachian Mountains just a couple miles from me. Woo! My camera's all over the place today. I apologize that. So that's going to do it for another garden stream. We did see some critters. I'm glad because this is the stream where I highlighted. The thumbnail is all about the critters. No Chippy, he's running over there, but I'll be live tomorrow night for the creation of Blaise McCoy. Fingers crossed we don't have a crash during creations. Like I said, I didn't have any crashes. Working for about 10 hours yesterday on that game. But it is pretty easy to use, pretty quick. And it's a nice day today, man. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. And I know there's probably other stuff going on today. J-Dog, I don't know if you guys, it's Monday, 2 o'clock Eastern. J-Dog and J Vulture normally live too. But we're in that transition. We're in that transition between games. It's always fun. That's about it. I don't really got much more to say, except I appreciate everybody stopping by. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Share it out. Double tap the screen if you're on the vertical live to hit the thumbs up. It's a lot easier. Just double tap the screen right now for me. If you're happy and you know it, double tap the screen. If you're not happy and you don't know it, double tap the screen. So everybody, right now, double tap the screen if you can. Don't do it too many times. See you in the streams, everybody. And thanks for being a part of the show. I always enjoy these streams. Are a little different, out of the box, just sitting back and talking. Triple Beat, my man, I appreciate all the help you've given me. And I will make one of the Let's Talk Car Shop podcasts. I gotta say it slow or else it comes out, I talked about last night how it comes out. That's what she said. Pause. And stay in touch. Appreciate y'all. Patty, Beat, Odds, Blade, Storm, LD, everybody. You guys are amazing. Good to see everyone. Those who lurked, appreciate you. And those who catch a replay, appreciate you. And I think I like this format for these streams better. We're getting some new people every once in a while that pop in from the vertical lives. And it's just a chill stream. I don't need any bells and whistles from StreamYards or any OBS or anything. So peace, positive vibes. Stay safe out there. Enjoy life while you can. Hug your loved ones. Tell people you love them, that you love them. And I love you. I love each and every one of you for experiencing this with me, just hanging out, whether it's a game, a stream, or whatnot. Just enjoy life if you can, no matter what you're going through. Could be worse. I'm out of here, guys.